What is going on, YouTubers and gamers alike? Welcome back to another episode of Dark Souls Remastered guided playthrough for the PS4. Last we left off, we opened up our shortcut into Firelink Shrine coming from the depths, and today we are going to do just that and go and explore the depths. So, if you remember last time we opened up that shortcut, here's that gate right there, and then we have the Undead Merchant number 2, I guess you could say, the lady who's on the end that sells various items and whatnot. Get down here to her real quick. Here she is. So she has a lot of good stuff that we probably should farm later, or farm for and buy later, I should say. But we don't need it right this second. Anyways, head on down to where we left off here. Kill that guy. Yep. And we already got that item on the end down there. Okay, so here's the depths. Come down here. Now there's going to be a couple of enemies that are kind of hidden out of the way, so just be careful. These guys, there's more of those fire, like, what do you call it, the torch guys that run after you down here, and then there's a couple of the hollows that just have swords and stuff. So if you look, there's one right there, and then there's one that walks back and forth right there. If you don't wait for him to do that, he will kind of ambush you from the back, so you gotta be careful with that. And they do that multiple swing kind of thing, so like he would have got us right there coming from here if we just walk down the steps. So if you just wait for him to show up, then you can avoid that ambush. Turn around and real quick, go back here, grab this item here. Large soul, nameless soldier. Now these guys here are kind of a pain because they can kind of gang up on you real quick. So all you want to do is just kind of pull one at a time if possible and do that R2 on them. Your lock on will auto go to the next one, so be careful with that because it can cause you to fall down the stairs, and then you'll get attacked by that guy. So if you have a bow here, you can also kind of bow him down if you want, which isn't too bad. But the bow, I don't know how much damage it would do as opposed to the sword at the moment, unless you leveled it up some, which I didn't. So, anyways, if you wanted a shortcut, you can just go down this way here, and you can just fall straight down there. Or you can go this way, or we're going to go this way because there's an enemy I want to show you, and then we need to pick up another item. So one more guy here. Kind of see if we can get him to the wall. There you go. You can kind of fall down in any of these areas here, and you'll be okay, but the way to go forward is right over that way. There's a door right there. I'll show you something real quick. If you see up there in the corner, okay, you see that person, that guy right there? He will jump down on you if you walk through that door right there. So be careful. What you want to do is just kind of walk down when you get up. I'll show you where it is. When you get towards that door, just kind of walk towards it and then back away real quick so that guy can jump down. You don't want to be trapped in that room with him. And there's a real specific reason why, and I'll show you once we get to that room. So down the steps here, we got a butcher and I think 2 dogs. Something like that, waiting on us. Yeah, remember these dogs had that bleed build up, so be careful if you let them hit you too much. You know, you'll have that big explosion of damage, which is no good. There's the butcher right there. See if you can't get rid of the dog first. The butcher will probably follow shortly after, which is fine. Let him do his attack. Go in R2, no problem. Kind of bait that attack. Leave him open, and you got it. that's it. Okay. So that's a, if you can believe it or not, that's a female. Like, I did not know that at all, but it is a female. Until I was watching another YouTuber play through this, and they told me that that's a female. So they drop an item called a sack. It's just basically the helmet they have when they're on their heads right there, or this headpiece. But we'll get it off the other one because the other one's the last one in the game. Remember I told you a while back ago, if you have enemies that do not respawn and you kill the last one, then they will drop their item. And this guy will drop his item. Or this girl, to say. Alright, go here. This is not a mimic, like we said before, because it has that chain that's curled back. Open it up, and what do we got? Large Ember. This will take our ascension from +5 to +10. We need large Titanite shards to do that. Alright, this here is a shortcut that we will use in a little bit. It has an item up there, so we'll come back to it later though. We need to get the bonfire first. Alright, so continue on. There's going to be another dog down here. See if you can't pull him out of the water, because the water's going to slow you down a lot. But if you can't, there's actually 2 of them down here. Yeah, see, that's the lead build. So you got a hollow and another dog. Alright. And then the hollow right here. Okay, there we go. Alright, now, like I said before, be careful right here because you got that other butcher that's just right above us right here. It's going to drop down. You need to run to the right to get out of the way. There she is. You know, do the same thing you did before. Just let her do her attack. Do the R2. Or try to do the R2. Now watch, it'll drop that item on his sack, right? And there, we'll read it. Bloodstained patchwork sack by the undead man-eating cook lurking in the depths. 2 eye holes have been haphazardly cut out. It is unexpectedly soft and comfort to wear, but it is probably near meaningless in terms of defense. Now I can't remember where the lore came saying that I was a female, but it is a female from what I understand. So, alright, then we're going to come in this room where that butcher was guarding, and we're going to come talk to this guy. Okay? Now you don't want to attack him because you'll hurt him. Just kind of roll into him. Like that.
I would have been a supple without you. Been eaten alive. Thank you. Thank you dearly. I'm Valencius. What the great schools. Oh, hello there. I'm fine, thanks to you. Oh, hello there.
Okay, so that's Laurentius. That's our pyromancer. We're going to learn some pyromancy skills from him. Now he will, just like Griggs, he's going to head back to Firelink Shrine. We'll come talk to him later. But he's a really important character because he has the pyromancy flame that you want to get for farming purposes. Not only that, but to be able to use combustion and greater combustion and all that kind of stuff later on. Alright, so open the door, continue down the path. There's a, let's see, treasure right there, but be careful because it's an ambush. There's an enemy on the ceiling. You can see him right there. Alright, he just drops on top of you and like kind of, I don't know, just kind of sucks on your top body area, I guess you could say. So if you can kind of get in here and then bait him to fall, then you can fight him. But it's hard to move around this water without the rusted iron ring. He might actually get me. No, he didn't. So, all right. So you can work him down a little bit at a time. He's kind of tanky without using magic, which we don't have at the moment. So, it just takes a few hits to get him. These guys are the point of farming that you'll want to do. Oh shoot, I forgot about that guy. They drop large Titanite shards and green Titanite shards, so you'll want to farm those guys whenever you get your pyromancy flame going. I'll show you a perfect spot for it too. Alright, so continue on. There's that one guy there. Then there's like 5 or 6, I think it's 6 more guys on the ceiling right here, and that guy down there, and we're going to go in that door. So, kind of bait these guys to fall like we did the last one. Don't run over them, because they will drop on you. You know, just take your time. If you can get like, maybe like 2 of them to drop, or 3 of them to drop at the same time, you can hit all of them, and it'll reduce the amount of time you're sitting here swinging. They'll like kind of bunch together. At least they should bunch together. Yeah, see what I mean? A bunch together, you get both of them. Just takes a little bit. You guys aren't meant to be killing with sword, so it's really about magic. Alright, so there's all 3 of them there. We'll try to bunch them all together. And then we have that hollow on the end. Maybe he'll come after us too. Alright, so there's the blob out of the way. That's good. And then here is our bonfire. Alright, so you normally wouldn't be able to get into this door unless you had the I think it's called like a cellar key or something. Or a sewer, I think it's a sewer key, maybe that's what it is. Which we could have got already if we went down that shortcut I told you where the butcher was with the dog. We're going to go back there just in a bit so we can do the shortcut. But we need to come down here, 1, so we get the bonfire, and 2, so we could refill our S's, because right now we're getting kind of low on S's. But one of the perks of having the master key is being able to get in that door. So... well, it would be it'd be a benefit to you right now if you went ahead and rested up and used your humanity and went ahead and kindled this bonfire, because this one right here you're gonna be coming back for too long due to farming purposes. Kindle away. Now we got 10. And level up a little bit if you can. Remember, we want to work on our endurance. Maybe take it to 20. If you got it to 20, then start working on life or vitality. That'll help a lot. Alrighty, so here we go. Maybe not. We're gonna need. Well, let's see. Maybe repair. There we go. Alright, so you don't have to fight those blobs right now. I'll show you where that shortcut leads. Alright, so let's see, down there, shortcut that we're going to come out of a little bit to get back to the bonfire to make it easier for us to run back and forth to the boss. If we had done the shortcut already, it would have been there. You see that? Actually, let's look at this. So you see that big rat? And then if you can see kind of up there on the top. If we'd already went down that hole where the butcher was at, we'd be up on the top, I think, of this rafter above our head. Maybe that one over there. But that's where it takes you. It drops you down on top of that rafter up there, and then you can kill the rat, either ranging him or dropping down doing a drop attack on him. So it's not too tough if you do it that way. It isn't tough really anyway, but yeah, he just looks big, intimidating, but he's not that bad. Alright, so continue forward here. You got some rats on the right. This is a really, really good place to farm humanity because it's right next to the bonfire and there's a lot of rats right here. Just come in, do a big sweeping attack. Hopefully it kills a bunch of them. Yeah, there we go. So these guys, like, the humanity is really not very, it's not a very good drop rate, but it does if you have item find. So if you got your 10 humanities built, and then you got either the covetous servant ring, or you're wearing the helmet from the mimic chest, then that's gonna boost your item find to max, and then these guys have a better chance of dropping humanity. We got a great axe. Let's take a look at the great axe, see what it says. This great axe is a veritable mass of iron. Its weight sends foes flying, but makes it difficult to handle without inhuman strength. Any miss makes one very vulnerable, as each swing requires the full force of the body. So, yeah, lots of strength for that one. I never have figured out exactly what these things are. Maybe just piles of slime or something. I don't know. They're kind of nasty. But watch out, these boxes get rats in them too. They'll jump out at you. Like that. If you see that poison bill, it is just really strong. Once you got a poison bite ring on, you kind of weaken it a little bit. So if you got those purple blossoms I was telling you about, you can use those and help offset some of that poison if it builds up and get rid of it. The poison will eat you way quickly out here, and you gotta be careful. So there's that key. So that's the sewer chamber key. That's the thing that would open up. If you didn't have the master key to open up that door where that bonfire was at. Let's take a look at it real quick. Sewer chamber key. Key to the sewer chamber in the depths. In any community, a few bad apples are sure to exhibit insatiable greed. If you were turned undead and banished to the depths, they would reconsider their ways. Use this key to see for yourself. So that's right there. And then we got our big rat friend right there. Alright. If you go down this way, it just drops you down into an area that has these enemies that like to curse you. And if you remember me talking about before in a previous video, curse is not good, right? If you get cursed, one thing, it kills you, okay? And then you have to break the curse in order to get back to full health. So you end up dying, losing all your souls, and you have half your health, and you have a little skeleton over your humanity gauge in the top left. So in order to get rid of it, you have to have that box I told you that woman sells, that the undead merchant 2 she sells. Or you have to go into New Londo and get a NPC to break it for you. And we haven't been to New Londo yet. It's actually kind of a hard area, so you gotta wait to go down there. So traverse the light, there's going to be some more rats. There's also a channeler down here. The channeler in here, you must kill the channeler in here. You're going to have a really tough time with the boss. The channeler will use that buff on the rats, will also use it on the boss if you don't kill him. But he is a one-time spawn, so once he's dead for good. So just be kind of careful because the rats in here are big and they're like twice the size of the smaller ones. There's a channeler right there. We actually got kind of lucky for him coming up the steps, and he didn't get his buff off. Did you see his buff though? Like he was doing that dance. If he gets it off, then all these guys down here get like a lot stronger, and then the boss is down there. He'll be stronger too. So kind of important. You need to kill that channeler. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad day on the boss. I tried to fight him once with the Chandler up here, and it really was bad. The boss killed me in like one hit. So. Take these rats on one at a time. Kind of funny that though bigger rats don't do as much damage as the smaller ones do, as much poison buildup as the smaller ones do. So, and there's a couple of rats. I think there's one in here. Yeah, there are 2 rats. Yeah, I think there might be one more in this box right here. No, not one there. But an item. We got large Titanite shard. So, large Titanite shard just kind of reads the same as the other ones, just it's large. So, and I think we already read one, so we're good. We got 3 right now. Oh, look at that. He dropped the humanity. Well, that's nice. Alright. So, go this way. There's another rat. Be careful not to fall in the hole. Like I said, fall in the hole is not good. There's just a bunch of bad stuff down here. Alright, there's a sludge monster at the end of this hallway, so remember you're going to take a few hits to kill him. But you can take him out with relative ease, just work on him. Pretty much the ultimate goal at this point is to get that shortcut door open. We want that door open pretty bad right now, so that we don't have to go through all this again. So there's another hole. Like I said, be careful, you don't want to go down the hole. So head back this way, turn left at the intersection, turn left again. There's going to be that right at the end of the hallway. No more holes, thank goodness. Kill the rats, get the item. And what do we got? Soul, name of soldier. And then here's the big rat. This is where the big rat is that we saw through the cage earlier. So just kind of let him come to you, unless you want to go out there and just face tank him. Just make sure you dodge it away. Try to get behind him if you can, because he can get you poisoned if you're not careful. But you'll see him run over here as soon as we zone in the area here. So here he comes. He's gonna come running in here. Yeah, see, there he is. Yeah, big rat. You just kind of get behind him here and just do that. There we go. Okay. So we got humanity from him. He will not spawn again. He is a one-time spawn, so he's now dead for good. So that item right there, you have to drop through that hole in the floor where the butcher is, I told you about, to get to that item. So you drop down like up there. There's the hole right there if you can see it, and then you walk across the thing and get it right there. That's when you can drop down here, get this. You get that key we got, the sewer chamber key. From right here, that we got through the gate from this dude. So you kill the rat, get the sewer chamber key, and then like you're already pretty much at where the boss is at this point. Okay, so this is where you gotta be careful. So there's a kind of like a waterfall, and the only path forward is all the way to the left and hugging the wall. It'll drop you down into the area at the end. But if you go anywhere else, it's going to drop you down into a pit. So make sure you get to the left here, hug the wall, and just kind of hold the left analog stick down while you're sliding, and it'll keep you all the way to the left. Otherwise, you're going to fall in that pit. All right, be careful. There's a sludge monster there. There's also one on the wall. up above, or the ceiling. And here's this door I told you about that we want to open. Our primary goal of getting down here. There we go. If you remember earlier, this is where we dropped down. That rat was right there. And then here's the ladder. So we can go back up and use the bonfire right now if we wanted to. Alrighty. So heading forward, come down here, get rid of the sludge monster. Well, try to. Doesn't look like it's going to work because we are in a narrow passage. The only bad thing about using a great sword. Let's try American jump over him. Yeah. Even stun on his head, just see that? Did some damage. Like jumped on his head like Mario. Alright. So there's a couple rats down to the right, and then there's big rats down here. This is where we're going to go here first. So they'll come up the stairs at you. Just take them out one at a time if you can. If not, maybe you can get them in a group. But there's like, I think 4 of them. Maybe it's just 3. Yeah, 3 of them. And then you have the smaller rats too. So just take them out. Alright, so it's important right here to be flagged for PvP because there's an NPC enemy that invades you. His name's like something Kirk, something. But you'll see he'll spawn in and invade us here in a second. He will only spawn in if 1, you're flagged for PvP, and 2, the area boss hasn't been killed. So make sure you haven't killed the area boss before you pop this guy, otherwise you can't get his armor set later. You have to kill him 3 times in order to get his armor set. So just run down here. He should spawn in like when you get down here somewhere. You'll see, so like Knight Kirk something invaded. There he is. So Dark Spirit Knight Kirk has invaded. These are the guys you need to be careful with because they can curse you with that gas they shoot out of their mouth. And they hurt, like when they curse you, like I said, it kills you, and then that's it. So you gotta be real careful. So try not to get hit with those guys. Try to kill them as quickly as possible if you can. Yeah, Knight Kirk isn't too hard. Pick up his spike shield and a barbed straight sword, and that's it. Alright, so we're still exploring down here. There's a few of those, like, bug-eyed guys. I think they're called basilisks. Basilisks. They have to kill. If you can get to them quickly and take them out, they're not too bad. But you don't want them to gang up on you with that spit, because it will curse you quickly if you're not too careful. Hopefully it won't get you. So there's a couple of them up here to the left, so just go in, guns blazing, ready to kill them. Alright. I think there might be one over here. Yeah, he's up there. Yeah, so he dropped down. Okay. Oh, dang. Yeah. See, if you get in that big cloud right there and just sit in it for just a couple of seconds, your curse meter will go all the way up and you'll die. What kind of sucks too is you do an R1 on these guys, they have that tendency to kind of rear back and your sword will miss. You have to be real close to them if you're going to R1 them. Because they'll do that rear back where they're about to shoot you with the mist, and then you'll go to swing and you'll miss. So you got to be real careful there. And then you can do a drop attack on these two. Like so. Yeah, see what happened to me there? I got real close to getting cursed. Because my sword missed, because he did that puff up move and I missed him. Yeah, you gotta be real careful with those guys. They're not pretty. Yeah, very mean. Let's see. Sometimes you can find a cursed person that died down here. You can see what they look like, but Doesn't look like any of them are in here, so. Oh my goodness, there's 3 of them in there. I think these are the last 2, and then we're done with the basses. I'll read that item they dropped here in a sec. Okay. I think that's got the basilisk taken care of. Go here, grab the, I think it's called Ring of Evil Eye. Yeah, we'll read that too. Okay, so, we got Ring of the Evil Eye. According to legend, this ring contains the spirit of the Evil Eye, dark beast which assaulted Astora. The strength of the Evil Eye does not waver, and HP is absorbed from fallen enemies. So basically, it just gives you life back, like a regen kind of ring when you wear it. And then we also got that Basilisk Eye. I think that's what it's called. Let's see. Eye of Death, yeah. So, unlike play item, lures phantoms from other worlds. Only Combinator can use the item with hollows. Well, hollows cannot. Basically saying you can't use it unless you're flagged for PvP. The dreadful eyes of the death spread disaster across neighboring worlds. Phantoms lured to the host world may end up as victims, allowing eyes of death to multiply and leading to further proliferation of bane. The item is also used to get into Death Lord Ito's covenant, and to level up in that covenant, you need that item to level up in it. So, I think to get the items we need for the playthrough, I think we need 10 of those. So we'll have to farm some more if we want to get the item from Nito's pack. So to get the item right there, you just gotta run on here and jump. So you gotta hold down the run button and jump across there. Like so. You get the item. Just humanity. Do it again, you go back. Alright. So at this point we've kind of fully explored the depths. Except for fight the boss. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to go back up and get that one item that we missed from the shortcut that I told you about. And you drop down by the butcher. We'll kill the last couple of enemies in here too. Maybe we'll get us some humanity or something. Oh, and there's an NPC over here we need to talk to. Alright, so see if we can't run past this guy here. Get the sludge to drop. There we go. So that gives us 2 sludges, and then there's 2 rats. And then that's it for monsters. For the time being. Here's another rat here. And there's one more rat in this hallway here. Take him out. Alright. This is important, okay? The boss is coming up. It's called the Gaping Dragon. When you kill the Gaping Dragon, he drops the key to Blight Town. And you need to come open this door before you leave the depths. Otherwise, you might be sorry later. So, open this door, and then you can leave. So this guy here...
I'm just a pet I adore trinkets and oddities, so I trade for them.
This guy is Dommel. There we go. Let's learn a gesture from him. Joy. Alright, so this guy is a NPC that sells boss armor. So when you kill a boss, if he has an armor set, then you come down here, or you find this guy rather. He moves after a while and goes to Firelink Shrine. But you find this guy, talk to him, buy, and you can buy armor sets. So you can get like Smo's armor, or you can get the Tower Knight's armor, stuff like that. Or excuse me, not Tower Knight, wrong game. golem, the golem's armor. He also sells crystal swords, crystal gear. The crystal gear cannot be repaired, so it has it has high damage for what it is. But once it's broken, it's broken. You can't fix it. Has some arrows, bolts, and then he has his armor set we could buy at the moment. So he also sells the master key once he moves to Firelink Shrine. That's where you would get it normally, is from there.
Well, that is a shame, but no matter. No, not even.
Alright, so let's head back up and get the shortcut. Now remember, don't forget about these guys up here. They'll fall on you if you're not careful. So just kind of, what you want to do is just kind of run. And they'll all drop. There you go. There's also a guy right here I almost forgot about. It's the guy that got us earlier when we were trying to show you that drop over here to the right. Remember that guy? There he is. So be careful with that guy, and then come back up here. Remember we got a hollow and I think 4 dogs. Yeah. 2 in the water and then 2 up on the deck. The hollow is to the left. So you can kind of pull him. Just run in there, let him come to you. That way you just have to fight the dogs and not both the dogs and the hollow. Yeah, they tend to do that jump move on you. Alright, and then we got the 2 other dogs up here. Because we rested. Or maybe it's just 1 dog. I guess the other one doesn't respawn if you kill the butcher. I think it's maybe just a one-time deal too. Kinda looks that way. Yeah, maybe he's just 1. So you got 4 dogs. When you kill the butcher, you only got 3. So, alright, drop down the hole. And then here's what remember I told you earlier, this is where the bridge is. You come over here. And then you grab the item right there. And the spider shield. So let's read spider shield. Oh, we also need to read the Knight Kirk stuff too. Spider shield. Shield of savage mountain bandits. Uniquely shaped with a large black spider etched upon it. Has resistance to poison. It's the spike shield. This is the one that dropped from Knight Kirk. Shield of the infamous Dark Wraith Kirk. Knight of Thorns. Covered with spikes. Can be used as a weapon. Sharp spikes cause heavy bleeding. And then we also had the sword he dropped. Right there. Barbed straight sword. The choice weapon of the infamous Dark Wraith Kirk. Also known as Knight of Thorns for the gnarly spikes on his favorite weapon. This frightful sword deals only thrust attacks and causes heavy bleeding. After which you just drop down and go back to your waterfall. Remember to hold to the left, otherwise you're going to fall in the pit. I mean, if we did fall in the pit, it wouldn't matter because all the bastards are dead anyway. And we have enough S's to manage the boss, so let's go ahead forward. Alright, so the Gaping Dragon comes out of the hole in the ground down there, so that's the boss arena right there. And if you kind of look, if you look up there, I think it's up there. Yeah, if you look up at the top here, that's where we came from earlier. If you can see that staircase right there, that's where that Chandler was, and that's where he would be using his buff on the boss down there in the ground if we didn't kill him. So it's really good that we took care of him first. Otherwise, we would have to fight a buffed up gaping dragon, which is not good. Probably means death for us. One of these has a treasure. Maybe it's down here. Don't worry, I'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, here's the treasure. Heavy crossbow and heavy bolt. Heavy crossbow. Powerful large crossbow. While bows require both hands, the crossbow is held in one hand, but aiming each bolt takes time. Equip bolts to use. Press L2 R2 to change type of bolt. Alright, more for a ranged type attacker. So, this is our first go at a boss where we can summon NPCs to help us. This one is Lautrec, the guy we saved from the prison in the Undead Church. And then this one is Solaire of Astora, the guy we talked to right before we crossed the bridge where the dragon was burning it up. You can summon both of these guys to help you. But just remember, the more help you have, the harder the boss is. Which isn't all bad. It's kind of fun to fight the gaping dragon with both these guys. So go ahead and summon both, or one, or none, depending on what you want to do. I'm going to summon them both, but you have to wait for one of them to get up before the other one. So let's talk about the gaping dragon real quick. All the dragons in the game can have their tails cut off, like we showed earlier with that weapon we got from Firelink Shrine area in the Undead Burg area. So this gaping dragon is really no different. You want to cut his tail so you can get his weapon. It's fairly easy to cut his tail, so it shouldn't be a problem. Just while Solaire and Lautrec have his attention, just run around and cut his tail. No big deal. He uses a swinging attack with his tail. He uses a stomp attack with his body. He also uses a head attack where he puts his mouth into the ground, basically. You want to try to avoid all that. It's not too hard to avoid it. He also uses a spit, I don't know, maybe like a breath attack, I guess you could call it, that covers the floor, and it will break all of your equipment if you touch it. So try to steer away from that and run from it as fast as you can, because you don't want that to break your equipment. So it's like a corrosive attack. Also, if you can summon these guys and then run down into the boss fight before they come into play, then apparently it makes the boss fight like you only summon one instead of both, but I don't know how true that is. I've heard different things. Alright, here we go. This is Gaping Dragon, so when you're ready to go in, just traverse the light. This guy's such a cool looking boss fight. Alright, so, like I said, let Solaire and Lautrec get his attention. And then you just run behind him and try to get that tail cut as quick as you can. Don't worry about the items, pick them up after the fight. There we go, see? Get that tail off, man. Get that item right there. Pretty good. Also, it takes away one of his attacks to cut the tail. Be careful, he hits really hard, so if you get hit by his stomp attack or his breath attack or his bite attack, it's going to hurt a lot, so be careful. Pretty much the name of the game is just keep moving. Get in there, get a hit, and then keep moving. Let Trek and Solar kind of get his attention. Alright, so then he put his face in the ground. It's a good opportunity to get a lot of good hits. Just be careful that he'll move. And once he moves, his like walk will hit you or a lot. So as he's moving, just kind of walk out of the way. This is usually when he does his breath attack, is when he's kind of low in health. And it does that corrosive like spit or whatever. But if you can manage to kind of stay out of the way of your game. So right there, yeah, they killed him for me. Like they actually did pretty good this time. Normally they die pretty quick, but I'm surprised. Alright, good job guys. So look at that. How easy was that? Gaping Dragon, no problem. You guys just really came in there and wrecked house. And you had two awesome NPCs help you out. So we got the hard leather armor set. I think there's another. I can't remember if there's another one here or not. No, it looks like it's just that one that's in here. Okay, remember what I told you before? Go back up. Make sure you open the door to Blight Town. Alright? So let's get the door open, we'll head back to the bonfire, and then we'll read the items we picked up. See if Dahmer has anything else to tell us real quick. I don't think he does though. Let me see.
Aye, shall I don't trick it.
Nope.
Well, that is a shame.
Nothing new. Alright, so here we are, back up and out of the Gaping Dragon boss arena. So we're going to repair our equipment here, and we also want to read those items we picked up. So we got hard leather, what is it? No, standard armor is what it was, right? Yeah. A sturdy helm made of iron, very common type of protective gear, provides a sound level of defense. It is wise to wear a sturdy form of head protection against arrows and other physical threats. I think that was it. Yeah. And we had the standard hard. Yeah, there it is. Hard leather armor. Armor made of thick leather, very common type of protective gear. It provides a sound level of defense. And then the gloves and legs associated with it too. And then we also got the Blight Town key. What is it? Key to Blight Town from the depths of the Undead Berg, swallowed by the Gaping Dragon. As its name suggests, Blight Town is a place of great pestilence. Even the polluted inhabitants of the depths are aware of its dangers and built this mighty door in hopes that they could remain safely separated. Well, we just opened that mighty door and let all that crap in there, so good on us, right? Anyways, let's go ahead and level up a little bit. We did endurance of 20, we said, right? Well, next we want to take our vitality up, get some life, take it to 19. Looks like we only need a little bit more to get that threshold to 20. So let's use a Lost Soul of the Undead to do that. go. Below. Vitality 20. So there we go. It gives us 793 life. Alright. So the depths, this is one of the places you should be able to warp to later once you get the key item you need for warping. But as of right now, we're going to head out of the depths and go back up to Firelink Shrine, because the next place we go is back to the Northern Undead Asylum. That's going to be our next destination. Plus, we also need to go and talk to Laurentius. This place is actually, I'd say, probably one of my favorite places in the game, Dark Souls. I really enjoy the depths. Probably because of how much time I spent down here farming. Because you can farm large Titanite shards. You can also farm those green Titanite shards for your magic weapons. So, just a real nice place to get some items, and it's not real hard to farm them. It just takes time. Kind of want to be careful coming out of here, because you have those enemies on this top shelf that have those fire torches and stuff. They can kind of gang up on you when you come out of the depths instead of when you go down. So if you kind of go up these steps, you can kind of get them to come after you, and they'll get kind of stuck. Then you can just kind of do this. You see here? Well, it didn't work like I thought it would. There, like that. You get, see how it worked? Two of them, and like kind of through the like wood there. See what I mean about them kind of ganging up on you? You gotta be real careful here. They start getting those fires, those torches on you, and gang up on you real quick, and you can find yourself dead. So. Oh no! Man, oops. Didn't mean to do that. I had to scratch my face and my hand hit the thing. Did a roll. Luckily all the enemies are dead at this point, down here at least. So we'll get to the back to the Northern Undead Asylum. I think we'll call it a stream at that point, and we'll pick back up on the next episode in the Northern Undead Asylum. Part 2, or revisited, I should say. We also maybe want to go and ascend our sword. Forgot about that. We probably should do that too. Large Titanite shards we have. We don't have as many as we need to fully upgrade it, but we have enough to get it up some, which is going to help us in that next area. So probably need to go there. Go to Mr. Andre. Talk to him. Probably want to make sure you got enough souls saved up, at least have enough lost souls in dead in order to upgrade your stuff, because that's going to cost a little bit of souls. Oh, come on. There we go. My through the wall trick didn't work very well that time. Alright, let me show you this real quick also, and then I think about it. Alright, I don't remember when Donald changes his location. Maybe it's after Blight Town, after you defeat the boss down there, but he's gonna be like down the. If you can look down the end down there, that's where we picked up a rare ring of sacrifice when we first started the game. He sits on the very end down on the alcove on the very end down there. So you have to just drop down. You can either jump across the gap on the bottom there, or drop down right here, run to the end over there, and he's kind of in there. Back to Fireleaf Shrine. Let's see what our NPCs have to say. Let's rest first off, so that we can get our asses back and refill our health and stuff. All right. Let's see what our crestfallen warrior brother here has to say.
Don't you ever think to forge your weapons? You'd better find a smith box soon, unless you enjoy spinning back with blunt instruments. Did you see her? That virtuous little maid, complete with funds in tow. They're probably going straight to pillage graves. I've heard enough about the lady for a lifetime. How did that nutty sorcerer make it back? Unexpected, but I suppose stranger things have happened. How did that old man make it back? Unexpected. I suppose stranger things have happened.
Alright, so right there he talked about Petrus and his pilgrimage into the catacombs with Rhea. I'll go over there and see if they're there. They may have left already though. They move around if you kill a boss or something. They tend to move. So it's like if you talk to them, you kill a boss, then something else happens, then you kill another boss, then it moves the quest along to another thing. So they may have already left.
Oh, have you seen that terribly morose lass, the firekeeper? She's stuck keeping that bonfire lit. Sad, really. She's mute and bound to this forsaken place. They probably cut her tongue out back in her minute, so that she'd never say any god's name in vain. How do these martyrs keep chugging along? I'd peter out in a instant. What now? I'm not up for chatting. Leave me alone.
Alright, so that's pretty much exhausted his dialogue at this point. Let's go talk to Griggs real quick. He's over here.
Oh, hello. I regret meeting you under such compromising circumstances. At least we both made it back unscathed. Did you see them? The 3 young clerics headed for the catacombs to seek kindling. Kindling is the art of feeding bonfires. The poor young girl sent down into a tomb. What a terrible mission she's burdened with. Oh, hello. Terrific to see us both in one piece. I pray that you never go hollow. Oh, hello. Terrific. I pray.
Okay, so his dialogue's exhausted right now because we don't have 10 intelligence, so he thinks we're kind of stupid right now. Once we get 10 intelligence, talk to him though, he'll have more to say to us, and he'll also start to sell us sorceries. And here's our pyromancer, Laurentis.
Oh, so you made it out? Yeah, I made it out safely too. I have my romance with squad, so I can use it to a bit of care. Oh yeah, my insurance bill. I think we have a knack for it, but we need materials. I'll be pleased to help you. Ah, promise you fun magics unseen.
So if you tell him yes, then you're basically saying yes, I find it unsavory. If you tell him no, you're saying no, I don't.
Yeah, wonderful. I'm sure that there'll be of some use, some assistance. Here, first take this.
Pyromancy flame.
A flame from the Great Swamp. Now you're a fully fledged pyromancer. Right, let's get started right now.
All right, so what you want to do here is purchase combustion. If you have some souls, you can buy the rest of this stuff, but we definitely want combustion right now. That's our thing we want the most. And then if you want to try to modify your flame, make it a little bit stronger. Basically, it just ups the damage of combustion and any pyromancy spell that you would use, like a casting projectile out.
Pyromancy is the art of casting fire. Produce flame, then champion, just as our ancestors did. Pyromancer must be in tune with nature herself. My home, the Great Swamp, is an abundant store of nature. You will understand it. It only takes time. Pyromancy has a, well, primitive aspect. It messes poorly with advanced culture. And pyromancers are considered rather unsavory, which is fine, as I never got along with anybody anyway. So, for me, turning up there didn't change a thing. A pyromancer's flame is a part of his own body. The flame develops right along with his skill. When I gave you that flame, I gave you a part of myself. Please take good care of it.
Alright, so that's exhausted stuff. I'm really going here to show you what it is to equip this stuff and how to use it and stuff. So, let's see. I'm trying to think. Okay, so you want it to be on this hand. Yeah, you want it to be on this hand. So, on your shield hand, or shield. Yeah, equip it in your shield hand. So, Pyromancy Flame, we already +1'd it. It can go all the way to plus, I think it goes to 15, and then it becomes Ascended later, and then it goes to +5 after that. But it costs a lot to get it up there. It's like over 100,000 souls or more to get it all the way 15. So, let's go ahead and read this one here. It says, flame medium used by Great Swamp Pyromancers. Pyromancers arouse this flame to produce various fire arts. Equip Pyromancer Flame to produce pyromancy. Attune pyromancies from a scroll at bonfire. Most pyromancies have limited number of uses. Alright. So we will equip that because it's going to be one of our staple items we need throughout the game. So you can see it there. It's in our hand. Okay. And what you want to do is come here and then go ahead and tune magic. Since we have one spot, we can't do anything else but this, so tune that. And you can see it has 16 uses before you have to rest at a bonfire, and then you'll get more after that. Alright, so now we have this flame, we can use it against monsters. And you remember me telling you earlier, if you head back down to the depths and you want to farm those blob guys, this is the best way to do it because they die fairly quick to fire magic. So now you have this on, you can use the left one, and it does that. So target the enemy and hit him with fire. Like you said before, like when it comes to people and spiders and things like that, kill it with fire. Just kill it with fire. Burn down the house. Get rid of it. Alright, but that's a Pyromancy Flame. You'll want to keep that thing on you. It's a really good item to have in the game. And right now, Lautrec is gone, so we can't talk to him. Remember I said we're going to upgrade our sword at Andre, and then we're going to go to the Northern Undead Asylum Part 2, the revisiting, and then we're going to call it a stream. So actually, let's talk to these guys real quick. So this is Petrus. Remember, he's going on a pilgrimage, and these are the people that are going on a pilgrimage with him to the catacombs.
You are undead as well. We've no time to fraternize. my mission, and you no doubt have yours. We must not let this curse overcome us. Did I not explain the urgency of our tasks? Or are you so uncouth as to lack such judgment? By the looks of you, I should think not. Did I not explain the or are you by the look?
What have we here? You look awfully raggedy. Times are grim. The least you can do is look sharp. Don't you dare meet my lady like that. You must scare her off for good.
I don't remember these guys' names, or I think one of them's like Nolan, and I can't remember the other guy's name.
Oh, you again. What business have you? Don't suppose we can help, though. We accompany my lady on her righteous mission. It is quite a chore, but I'm stuck with her, and Nico too. I can't very well abandon them now.
Oh, there you go, Nico. Maybe it's like Nolan and Nico, I think.
You again. What business have you? Don't suppose we can help. It is quite the carnival.
Alright. And then he just does that. Yeah. And Petrus.
Hello. My guests have finally arrived. I will be departing with them shortly. So, I'm afraid I will be saying goodbye soon. It was a pleasure. Oh, miracles, I presume. Come again. The effectiveness.
Okay, so next time we kill a boss, they're gonna go to the catacombs. At this point, all we want to do is just get our sword upgraded and head to the Northern Undead Asylum Part 2. Probably gonna need a soul or two. Oh no! Definitely didn't want to do that. Oops. Hopefully we won't get invaded here, because we're still in human form, so we could possibly get invaded. Try not to, though. Alright, so give him a large number.
Magnificent. You won't be disappointed. I can hardly wait to get started.
Alright, then we want to do modify equipment, because we're going to do ascension on our sword. So, if you look here at the top, you have raw, and you have divine, right? So, but we can't do divine because we don't have green titanite shards. And we don't want to do raw because we're not going on that path. If you want to do the plus 15 path where you max out a weapon at its full potential, then you just need to do the first one here where it goes from 5 to 6. So you need one large titanite shard to do that and 800 souls. Once you modify it, it goes back into your regular inventory, and then you can upgrade it yourself all the way to plus 10. You won't need the blacksmith anymore. You're going to reinforced weapon. It goes Byhander again. And then the next one we have to have 2 large titanite shards, and we don't have that. We only have 1. So we're done with that. And instead of walking all the way back, let's do a home of bone to get back. Because we're running kind of long here on the stream. But I really want to get to the Northern Undead Asylum before we cut it. So, just about there though. Alright, so in order to get back to the Northern Undead Asylum for the second part, well, look at that, he's already gone. So it wasn't kill a boss, it was just kind of go away and come back, I guess. Anyways, what you want to do is go over here to the elevator, okay? Get on the elevator, and then you want to turn around facing this way, and then you want to walk off right here, alright? Once you walk off, walk over this way, and you want to do a roll off of this onto that ledge right there. Like that, alright? Kind of do this, walk up this thing here, and then get on these steps. Now we want that item right there before we go to the Northern Undead Asylum, so grab this, just roll off, grab the item. This is our Undead Asylum F2 West key. If you remember when we first started the game, I showed you the item that was on that like broken set of steps we couldn't get to. Well, this key opens the door that goes to that item, so you'll want that. Otherwise you can't get it. It's a pretty important item you need. It's called a Rusted Iron Ring. Key to the iron bars on the west side of the second floor of Northern Undead Asylum. The Undead Asylum is a giant undead prison segmented by countless iron bars, but even if a hero found a key in Lordran to liberate this prison, would he have the means or heart to ever come back? It's like taunting you, saying you really should not come back here. Why on earth would you want to? Alright, and then just roll off to get down. You can do it right here and not really take a lot of damage. If you do, just hit the bonfire, no big deal. And once you got that key, just go back over here, do the same thing again. If you don't have the right elevator, that's fine, just hit the other one and then roll out of it. It'll come back down. Walk off here. And do your roll onto the pillar. Like so. Alright. Now walk up the stairs, turn left, it's a sharp left right here. Some more stairs. Keep walking around and you'll see this crow's nest. Get in the crow's nest and curl up like a ball. Takes a second. You get a cutscene. Mr. Crow's like, yeah, I'll take you back to the Undead Asylum. Alright, here we are, back to the Undead Asylum. Like I said, this is going to end us for the day. Once we come back, our next episode, we'll proceed forward and do the Undead Asylum, and then I think after that, we're going to do... I think after that we're going to do the Bell Gargoyles, and then we'll see what happens after that. But, that's going to be all for today. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for commenting and liking the videos and stuff. I really appreciate it. like I said before, if there's anything I can do differently that you would like to see or something like that, just let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. Alright? You guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later.